Welcome back, everyone, to Brown Bag Bets, powered by BETSPERTS, where your daily dose of quick hit handicapping and sports betting picks. I'm Alex Christenson, and joining me, as always, Mr. Andy Molitor. How's it going, Andy? How are we feeling? I like that hat. What is that?
Is the St. Paul Saints hat.
Ooh.
I don't know if you guys have Marshall Home Goods TJ Maxx in your area.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we do.
I do. I needed some short socks for wearing with tennis shoes. You go in there for short socks, you come out with like 13 things, and one of them was a $5 Saints hat. Twins aren't any good, so I'm just going to go with the AAA affiliate now. And this is a nice hat. Also featured, not this exact hat, but similarly featured in the original Space Jam, as Bill Murray maybe still is, an owner of the St. Paul Saints. So, yeah, he wore that hat. He wore a Saints hat, and go look for that little Easter egg if you really want to fucking waste your afternoon watching the original Space Jam. Spoiler alert.
I don't know if that's a waste.
The Monstars lose. The best scene is when Barkley doesn't have his juju anymore and he can't like that part's pretty funny. But no,
going to rehab's good, and you got to give Jordan a lot of credit for being like a competent actor in an empty room. In all those scenes, like it's just him and a green screen. He's just there standing by himself, and it's not terrible. So I love Space Jam. Let's not besmirch.
We will not do any besmirching. Yeah, quickly off topic, but
besmirch.
Clips stay alive. That was never in doubt, I guess. I mean, it was kind of the whole damn game. I played a little Suns second half. That never had a chance. I didn't watch any of it. I did turn on the flash score for the hockey game, just at the advice of some hockey people. I played some Lightning. I played Lightning, and then I played Puckline last night. So Lightning, yeah, I think I have some 6-1 Lightning sweep. So it feels like a 4-1 now because I placed that and been mushing stuff. But I did play a little on the under 5.5. So Lightning 4-1 would feel good. Euros, I didn't win any. Wow, and that sucks. Like I can't win a bet I put on here, but ask me how live overs went. I mean, we had 2, 3 to 3 games. Like any live over you placed was just instant cash. Like they were scoring and scoring. So probably look for a couple. Like the joke has been made numerous times. Look for some 0-0 games today. And the way England put out their lineup, we might have one already in the bag. So very exciting games. Extra time, penalties in one. Penalties are the most exciting thing in sports, honestly. England, Colombia a few years back in the World Cup. Penalties are always great. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll get back to it today. And golf right around the corner. Not Travelers, Rocket Mortgage. Another bad tournament, but another bad tournament I'm going to bet and find some cute top 20s. So
it's always value bets.
Yeah, did you end up were you on anything last night at all?
The Clippers, what I ended up doing was basically accruing a bunch of live unders. The live total got up to like 228, 230-ish. So I ended up piling a bunch of those, which I got a little sweaty for a while, but the end was really nice. Love to see the Clippers take the air out of the ball there the last minute or so. I mean, the Clippers basically come out, blow the doors off in the first quarter, first half. They were shooting, I think, 60% at the end of the first quarter. And then, well above 55%, I think, at half, something like that. And that sort of slowed down, but the Suns were really never able to catch up. They got pretty close. I think they were even leading by a point or two for a little while, but at no point were they ever really to hold on to a lead for long enough to keep the Clippers out of it. They just continued to make nice substitutions. Tyronn Lue has been really impressive with what he's done in terms of moving the lineups around. We heard in our chat a little bit from our buddy Mamba, but you noticed it if you were watching the game. Morris was attacking a lot more, trying to play down low as opposed to standing outside and being the 3-point line and being a little more passive. So the Clippers look good, and Paul George, hats off to him. We need to mention him. He's had an incredible series. All the stuff that everyone said about him being bad in the playoffs is not looking so hot based on how he's played for these few. So he deserves credit, especially given how much crap he's gotten over the last few years. So
Pandemic
series is pretty interesting. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, more games. More games is always fun. Tonight, and I wanted to look at the series price as the Hawks look to get even in Atlanta. Yeah, in Atlanta. Is this a little heavy for a 2-1? And granted, we know what the pre-series price was. The Bucks were a big favorite, but you get plus 650 before a game here. I guess, I don't know. If you like the Hawks tonight, I would probably look at a little of this, because you'd have, if they do get it done tonight, you're getting them in a 3-game series with 6-1 in a game that or a matchup they've showed that they can hang with. Like, and if Trey's healthy, and I think he is healthy, it just what was it, bone bruise? They're just calling it a bone bruise. Like, you shoot that ankle up, tape the piss out of it, he's going to be just fine. So I don't know. Obviously, I'm not going to ever advocate for, like, hey, you should pile on Bucks minus 1100, but I mean, maybe if somebody out there might look value. But plus 650. Any thoughts to that? If you like the Hawks at all, and I don't know if you like the Hawks or not.
I agree with your earlier point in that if you like the Hawks to win this game, go in and grab a little bit of this plus 650. I mean, this series price is indicative of the fact that Milwaukee is back to having home court advantage. They were heavy favorites before the series, not minus 1100. I think they were in the range of like maybe minus 600-700, something like that. I think the Bucks were close to 4-1, but trying to pull that off the top of my head. And Trae Young is questionable. He's not probable. It looks like Bogdanović is going to play, but he's going to be less than 100%. It all kind of hinges on Trae Young, really. Even if he's out, I think maybe the Hawks can be competitive and keep these scores low. But again, Milwaukee is the more talented team, and that's what we've seen over these games. So I think, I don't know if Milwaukee should be minus 1100, but at the same time, I'm not rushing to back the Hawks at plus 650 unless I know something about Trae Young's health that nobody else knows. So not that it's a bad price, but I don't know if it's a good price.
Yeah. Well, how about the actual game tonight? Have you had any action on that? Any thoughts on the price, the total? What are we looking at? Bucks minus 6.5, 219 for a total here. Yeah, maybe I don't know if I'd be talking to Hawks money line with a little, and again, if you do like Hawks money line, to sprinkle on that plus 650 doesn't feel bad, but like Hawks plus 6.5, I could get in bed with.
I think it's, honestly, I wonder if this is kind of like a situation, that you're familiar with in the NFL, where it's the underdog money line or the favorite covering by a lot. Like, when I look at this line, sure, I have no interest in laying 6.5 at minus 110. But what about minus 8.5 plus money? What about minus 9.5 around plus 140, plus 150? Something like that is kind of interesting to me versus, again, if you think Trae Young's going to play and he's going to be 75, 80% of what he's been in some of these big games, yeah, but plus 6.5 is fine. But honestly, I think you're going to be able to do better on the spread live during the game, and probably the money line too. But I think there's probably a little more value in that plus 225 than there is in the plus 6.5. I think kind of what I've been taking too long to say. If the Bucks win, I think it's by a big number.
All right. Well, I'm going to probably just watch this one actually then and do some live betting. And by
I'm going to hope for a quick start
live
and pile up some unders. I mean, it's 219, which is a shame. I was hoping for 220 something. I'd be under that. We'll see. Maybe it'll tick up, but they'll announce Trae Young's in. It'll bounce up, and then I'll be happy to grab some unders, something like that. But, maybe some Hawks adjusted spreads pre-game, and then as many unders as I can get live.
I'll ride with that. I'm down. So, all right, live betting it tonight. Nothing pre-game, I guess, for me. I'm fine with that. I haven't had a good grip on that. Yeah, Euro 2020 fades 0-6 in the knockout round. I cannot win. I can.
How did you feel about that, by the way? The BETSPERTS Twitter account just coming after you.
I know, just coming right for the jugular.
Appreciate the honesty, but there's no need to point it out.
Yeah, France was up 3-1. And, I was looking at that. Not only that, but I had live bet some overs, so I was feeling really good. And like, all these are going to come through, and I'm going to get this, this France minus 0.75, and then Pogba just plays the soft giveaway, and they score. Those headers, I mean, really credit to that team. They were great at the end. It is what it is. I kind of just played some advancement scores today. I really don't know what we'll see, especially I put this in before we saw England's lineup, and England's lineup is looking like they're just playing for penalties. I don't know. This is kind of a weird deal, what they've gone with this whole time. A bunch of people are not happy with what they put out there, but I'm on Germany to advance. I actually just decided to go with the opposites of what I thought, my initial thoughts. So I'm fading my fade. You'd be fading my fades if you bet this. But truthfully, once I did land on this, I kind of do like Germany to advance at a plus number, especially with this lineup, because if we get to extra time or penalties, it's a coin flip. These teams are about as good. Germany maybe even a titch better if this is the lineup we're putting out. So Germany to advance, and then Sweden to advance. Ukraine was a team I've backed, but the way Sweden's played, probably the better squad right now. So nothing fancy today. Just, yeah, and Dan in the chat here, producer Dan said, England to be eliminated on penalties plus 240. Maybe I should just go find a this goes to penalties prop.
That's tasty.
I'm gonna find some props here. We got 19 minutes and 50 seconds for kick here, but I'm gonna find some props.
Talking. I'm gonna look up some stuff.
You can't now. You gotta talk Wimbledon. We had a nice winner yesterday. Christy,
yes, we
Christy
did.
Christy on not only got the total there for us, that was a big tiebreak win in the second set because, I mean, just getting to the tiebreak got us the total win, and then winning the tiebreak set her up for a third set win. I didn't get it quite as good of a number as you, but I think you had like plus 375 on her money line. Some other big dogs. Sam Stosur took it to a third set today. If you're the kind of person who live trades, you probably could have come out of that with some decent money as well. And then I don't know how this Kerber match is going. The only one that's still going.
We'll see.
Kerber looks like we can get a total, maybe the total we can push on.
Yeah, that would
be nice.
It was fun, actually. I accidentally double bet the on-overs. That was fun. And then Stosur, I did regret not taking the plus 1.5 sets there. That was something I've been examining and thinking about a little bit more, but we'll get to that in a second.
All right. Any matches, are they going to – I know you're a retired weather betting originator. What have you got for this one? Like, are we going to see any more matches outside of court 1 and center court today? Like, I pulled up a feed. I was laughing before you got on there. I pulled up ESPN Plus because I'm going to watch soccer here in a bit. And I'm like, oh, there's tennis. And I clicked one, and it's just the tarp. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's raining. Never mind. Like, I pulled up a live feed of a tarp. So
it's odd that they have to have that on. I imagine there's some sort of contractual obligation to have the camera on. But, yeah, it's – so looking at the radar, there might be some more. There's some stuff sitting on top right now. Luckily, the nice part about being where London is, it's kind of windy, and it looks like around 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock local time. There might be a little window to get everybody back out there a little bit, but you start to worry about darkness. If you can get everybody back out at 6, you probably have about a 2-3 hour window before it gets too dark. So I think we will see some more tennis today. And again, as I mentioned yesterday, this is kind of going to be the rhythm for the week. I'll touch on stuff that, we kind of mentioned just to remind you for stuff that's today. Andreescu Cornet, we love Andreescu overs. We love Cornet overs. They're playing together. Look for 21.5 minus 120 or better. Perez plus 180. This number is moving against us a little bit. We had this at, I think, plus 200 or plus 190 on Friday. Still like plus 180 if you can find it. Apologies if you can't. This might be just like plus 170 or so. Don't play it less than plus 180. And then Minin plus 135. Mentioned that yesterday. Plus 130 or better is okay. Again, apologies if that number is not around. Just wanted to touch on those. And again, we've got a bunch for tomorrow. Again, some of these I've mentioned before. With the rain, they keep pushing stuff back. So this first group, Svitolina, Van Uytvanck over, we've talked about. Zhang, Mahova over, we've talked about. Zhang and Bogdan. So if you've listened and been listening to the show either on Friday or Monday, we mentioned those. Like all those plays, still a lot of these numbers still around. The additions here, Golubic, Collins over 21.5. Did a quick preview. If you want to hear my audio preview there on my Twitter at _Noops. Let's set this total, honestly, at like 22 minus 115 myself. Was able to get 21.5 at standard juice. Again, would play this out to minus 120. Two women that are very competent on grass and don't necessarily get a lot of credit because they have short sample sizes and the records are pretty good. But, Collins is 6-3. That's solid. It's not too impressive. But you go back and look, the 3 losses are to very, very good players. Similar with Golubic, who's in great form. I expect this to be very competitive. Disappointed that the over 2.5 set prices have been so low. They haven't posted anything better than plus 150 all week, which is kind of annoying. But over 21.5 looks good. And then we're doing kind of a Bolter stack. I hinted at the idea of taking the money line of the plus 1.5 sets. So Aryna Sabalenka is playing Katie Bolter. Aryna Sabalenka is a fantastic player, and to be perfectly honest, might just win this match 6-2, 6-2 or better. And I'll look very silly, but I think Katie Bolter is underrated on grass. She loves this surface. She actually plays very well in her home country. I think 19 is at least a game, if not a game and a half too low on the total. Actually played some 18.5. It's at 19 now. That's fine. 19.5. at less than standard juice, 20 at plus money. All those look pretty good to me. And then Bolton on the money line. This actually opened closer to like 7.5 to 1. We're down to plus 650. That looks fine. I would play this at 6 to 1 or better. And then plus 1.5 sets, plus 225. Would play this at plus 200 or better. Again, half unit on each of those last two. And then the total, again, if you can get over 19 at standard juice or better, that's like a 2-unit play for me. So really like Bolter's chances to keep this match competitive, win a lot of games, at least cover this over, and hopefully steal a set for us, if not win the match. So that's all we've got for tennis there today, Andy. I think we'll get hopefully some of the stuff from the last slide in today, so we don't have to keep repeating all this crap.
Yeah, just stop raining, I guess, would be the nice way to put it. So, and I have a lot of those in my account already. I'm excited about seeing some actual action. Maybe, and yeah, it is like 5 p.m. almost. It's, like 4:45 local time right now. So even if we get the rain to stop, we don't have that much time left today. It'll be a compressed schedule tomorrow for sure because we've already had 2 days of this rain already, and man, we're not even through some of these first rounders. So let's go Wimbledon, get your shit together, get a roof on more of those tops. So we'll talk a lot of golf tomorrow. We'll talk a lot of golf tonight because I'm going to be doing Approaching the Green, where I'll play the course. I don't have Mario Golf set up quite yet. We'll probably still use PGA 2K21. I don't think Mario Golf actually has the Detroit Country Club, but some top 20s again. Almost got Gooch at 4 to 1. He kind of had a bad weekend. He was there. I ended up getting 1 or 2 last week. I got a top 30 at 5 to 1. Played someone top 30, 5 to 1. He finished top 10. Could have had a lot more money there, but hindsight, I'm really good at hindsight betting. It is 2020. Just some guys that I've already hit on over the past few weeks. In Mr. Keegan Bradley, top 20 plus 175. Doc Redmond, who I'm almost going to be talked into betting as an outright here, top 20 plus 225. Mr. Kirk, back in the wagon, plus 275. And Patton Kazire, old Patton, somebody I've bet a few times here, top 20, all top 20 bets for me today, plus 400. It is a baseball Wednesday tomorrow with Frank.
Ooh.
But since it's a Wednesday, we'll get him to talk a little golf as well, too. So baseball Wednesday, golf Wednesday with Frank. Can't lose a bet on Brown Bag Bets, Brank. Money, what Dan say? Money in the Brank. He's never lost a bet when he's come on here triplet. It's like he brings it up all the time. He's like, I'm undefeated. Well, yeah, you are. So yeah, the last time he came on, he gave us the Mets, and the Mets won like 14 to 1. So definitely tune in tomorrow and get to see what Frank's on. And of course, we do need to thank our sponsor, WinBet. You can sign up and get your tumbler all month. I'm going to do this for about a month, and then I'm going to take all the rest of the tumblers and give them to my family members. So sign up, all the details at BETSPERTS on Twitter. Basically, just sign up for an account, place your free risk-free bet, send me a screenshot, and then, well, don't send me, send Matt a screenshot. All the rules are over there at BETSPERTS. Send it to Matt. He'll get your information. We'll mail one of these to your house. You'll be drinking coffee in style, iced coffee, orange juice, water. I don't care what you put in it. Get one of these laser-etched 30-ounce Rambler Yeti tumbler, officially licensed stuff. Here we go.
That's not even the best part, Andy, because you get the risk-free bet.
Yeah, I
love the risk-free bet.
You could get paid to get a Yeti, essentially, if you win your first bets. It's risk-free.
Who says no?
Should put it on Christian. Honestly, you should have done this a day ago. There you go.
Nice.
So, all right, we'll catch you. I got 11 minutes here till Germany starts, so I got to find some props to bet. I will catch you guys tomorrow. For me, for Alex, for producer Dan, for everyone here at BETSPERTS, and again, thank you to WinBet for sponsoring the show. We'll catch you tomorrow. If you're in the YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Now.
He needs them. We need them.